Welcome back, boys and girls. We're so excited to have you with us again today. So today we're going to be reading a book about letters. And so the subject and the objective for today is about writing letters. And what we want you to do today, we're going to read a book first about letters, and then we're going to want you to write a short letter to someone. And we got to think, does anybody really know what a letter is? So a letter is, kind of think of it as if you write a note to your friend, like a personalized note, something that you want to tell somebody, something about that you have in your heart that you want to tell somebody. So that's kind of what a letter is. And the book that we're going to be reading today is Letters from My Tooth Fairy. And this is written by Brooke Hecker and illustrated by Deborah Melman. Dear Natalie, I'm so excited to meet you. Well, almost. You were fast asleep and snoring when I stopped by. I'm your tooth fairy, and I was assigned to your teeth as soon as your first baby tooth erupted, which in your case was when you were 5 months old. I have been waiting over 6 years to come back. That's a really long time when you love teeth as much as I do. Thank you so much for leaving me this exquisite incisor. It is a gleaming and clean as I imagined. Great job with the toothbrushing. Keep putting your lost tooth under your pillow, and each time I will leave you a little bit of money in return. I can't wait to collect the other 19th in the set. Love, your tooth fairy. Tooth 2, Blizzard. Dear Tooth Fairy, thank you for the money last time. I put it in my piggy bank. My parents said there will be a blizzard. Will you still be able to get here? Sincerely, Natalie. Dear Natalie, the weatherman was right. It's a mess out there. You know how much I love teeth. Teeth are my life. But when my tooth fairy alarm rang tonight, all I wanted to do was stay inside with my warmest blanket and a hot cup of cocoa. Duty calls, though, and no matter how bad the storm, tooth fairies prevail. Stay warm, your tooth fairy. Tooth 3, Knocked Out. Dear Natalie, you are famous. This afternoon, I opened the Tooth Fairy Times, and there you were on the front page. It was the lead article, accompanied by a huge photo of you. Sweetheart, you did not look happy. I wouldn't be happy either if I had been playing tag at recess and the wall hit my face. The good news for me is that the wall popped out your top incisor. Right there in front of the entire second grade, and 2 third graders were walking into the bathroom behind the basketball hoop. Judging by your swollen lips, that must have been both very painful and mortifying. I was proud to read that you stood tall and brave the entire rest of the day. I tell you, kid, I knew you were special. With pride and love, your tooth fairy.
Tooth 4, Gap Tooth. Dear Natalie, yay, it's your second lost top incisor. You probably hate it, but there is nothing cuter than the oh-so-fleeting gap tooth smile of a kid who loses both of their front top teeth. It's like a rainbow. It doesn't last long, but it is so cool while it's there. And just in time for school pictures. Do me a favor, will you? Leave me a photo with your next tooth. Love, your tooth fairy. Tooth number 5. Do teeth grow? Dear Tooth Fairy, why are my new teeth so big? Are they getting to grow even bigger? Please say no. I look like a walrus. Sincerely, Natalie. P.S. Here is my school picture. Dear Natalie, excellent question. Your permanent teeth erupt in full size. Right now, your mouth is still small, so the new teeth feel too big. Don't worry, your mouth will grow, but the teeth won't. You'll look less walrus-like in no time. Hang in there, your tooth fairy. P.S. Love the picture. Tooth 6, Bunk Bed. Dear Natalie, you should have You should have given me a heads up on the new bunk bed. I know that I can fly and all, but I am a little scared of heights. When you are 5 inches tall, the top of a bunk bed may as well be the top of Empire State Building. I am proud to say that I pulled myself together for your last incisor because I know that you were depending on me, and being dependable is crucial for a tooth fairy. Oh, and Natalie, next time you lose a tooth, please sleep on the bottom bunk. Love, your tooth fairy. Tooth 7, Little Sister. Dear Natalie, picture this. I'm flying in to grab your latest incisor, and I crash right into a crib that wasn't there before. Inside that never there before crib was a new baby. I've been to your room 6 times now, and I surely would have noticed a crib and a baby. By the way, the baby was definitely not sleeping, and I swear she looked right at me. Rule number 1 in the tooth fairy law is to never, not ever, be spotted by children. Thank my lucky stars that babies cannot talk. Congratulations on being a big sister. Sure, baby sisters can be annoying, but you know, now you have a friend for life. The baby is probably getting a lot of gifts, so here's a little something extra for you. Love, your tooth fairy.
Tooth number 8, Miss Molar Mary. Dearest Natalie, let me introduce myself. My name is Miss Molar Mary, and I am a retired tooth fairy. You're probably wondering why I am here, especially since you already have a perfectly fine tooth fairy. Well, you see, I was your mother's tooth fairy more than 25 years ago. And since you are sleeping over at your grandparents' house in your mother's old room, your tooth fairy let me come in and get your last incisor for old time's sake. And what an incisor this is. Don't tell your mother. This may be my favorite tooth ever. Hugs and kisses, Miss Molar Mary, your mother's tooth fairy. Tooth number 9, Solar System Mobile. Dearest Natalie, you won't believe what happened last night. I was flying through your window like always, and I turned off my fairy flashlight because I know that your little sister wakes easily. It was dark, but I thought, no problem, I'm a professional. I can handle the dark. Then, just as I got to your bed and swooped down toward your pillow, my foot got caught in your fabulous new solar system mobile. Now, I am all for space exploration. I was just dangling there. Not a pretty picture. I panicked and thrashed about until, plop, I landed right on your head, Natalie. And you know what happened? Nothing. You slept right through it. Sorry for leaving a little fairy dust in your hair, but I think it looks really pretty. Sweet dreams, your tooth fairy. Tooth 10, Moving. Dear Tooth Fairy, we moved to a new house over the holidays. I like my new backyard, but I miss my old room. Will you still be my tooth fairy? I don't want a new one. Sincerely, Natalie. Dear Natalie, of course I'm still your tooth fairy, no matter where you live. I know that moving is hard, but look at how much more space you have. I love your new room, by the way. Is that bubblegum pink on the walls? Great choice. Along with the usual money, I'm leaving you this shimmery fairy nightlight for your beautiful new room that you don't have to share anymore. Still yours, your tooth fairy. Well, that was really cool, reading about Natalie and her tooth fairy and how they traded letters back and forth. So now we're going to go write our own letter. And it doesn't have to be a long letter. It's just a little note to someone you care about to say, hey, how you doing? And let them know that you're thinking about them. So I wrote my letter to my grandma because I love her a lot and I haven't seen her in a while. The first thing we're going to do when we write a letter is make a rough draft. So if you look at your screen, you can see that I messed up a couple times. Wasn't sure what I wanted to write. But I began just by putting all my ideas out there and trying to make it sound good. So right now we're going to take 5 minutes and do a rough draft of your letter. Worry about what you're writing, not how it looks.
Okay, hopefully that was enough time for everyone to write their rough drafts. So here is what a final draft it looks like. Notice some of the differences. So he said, "Hi Grandma, how are you? I really miss you. I hope you visit for Christmas. Love, Devin." So notice here how his handwriting is a lot neater. He doesn't have anything scribbled out and all the words are spelled right. So now we're going to give you guys a few minutes to go back and over your rough drafts and make it into a final draft. Okay, boys and girls, now that you have your final drafts of your letters, they're either ready to send out or give to the person that you wrote them to. We hope you had fun with the activity this week, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, everyone.